All right, cool. This is Dawn, and I'm the Central East Coast USA affiliate of MetalWani.com, and I'm here with the legendary Max Cavalera. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. I know you're an extremely busy guy.
Thanks for having me.
Cool.
Glad to be here.
I know that you're not very far into your tour at this point, but how's it been going so far?
Yeah, we've done a week, and it's been great. It's like we did the New England Metal Festival, New York yesterday, and yeah, the shows are great. Everybody gets along really good. It's a really good package. Lodi Kong, COC, Death Angel, and Cavalera. It's a really mix. I think Lodi Kong is kind of more metal punk. COC is more southern rock. Death Angel is Bay Area trash, and Cavalera is just what they are. Whatever you call it.
Getting a really good fan response.
The Brazilian Godzilla brothers.
Yeah, there you go.
So the response is great. We are playing everything. I think it's kind of a compilation of me and Igor's 30-year career, squeezing an hour and 20 minutes.
Right.
If it's possible. That's what we try to do.
There's been a lot of rumors circulating about your set list for this tour. Can you give us any insight to that?
I'm surprised some of those set lists haven't made YouTube or the internet yet, because they do get around. You know. One of the things we're doing that's really cool is Nail Bomb. We're playing a different song, which is Some of Your Achievements, which is a very underrated song from the Nail Bomb record because it's a great song, and we never really explored that song live much. And I told Igor about it. We should try to do a different Nail Bomb song because we always did Wasting Away. And he liked that idea, so we worked on it, and came out great. My son Igor. So there's two Igors on the stage when we do Nail Bomb. There's my brother and my son. My son sings with me, and it's great. It's really fun part of the show with a little bit of jam session.
You're touring with thrash metal legends Death Angel on this tour, along with Corrosion of Conformity. They've been around a long time. So this is a feast for thrashers to see all these legendary bands on one stage.
Yeah.
And also on the bill for this tour is Lodi Kong, and I know members of which are your sons, Igor and Zion. Am I pronouncing that correctly? What's it like being on tour with your sons?
It's really good, really family vibe in the bus. Nothing too crazy happens, kind of, it's a mellow buzz, and we, hang out lots and watch a lot of movies together and listen to music and whatnot, and yeah, it's fun, just gotta hide the beer from them because they're underage, they can't drink yet, but apart from that, it's good.
So your most recent album is Pandemonium, and it's a metal onslaught, obviously drawing from your vast experience in the metal genre. Did you have a definite direction for that album, or did it just come naturally?
It kind of came naturally, but the only idea I had when I went in writing for the record, writing the riffs, was that most of them are coming out fast, and it was really good, because I thought it'd be cool to have a faster record. Igor playing fast like when he was young, and we kind of kept that going through the whole record. So I think 90% of the record is fast, and which makes me very happy. It's influenced by a lot of heavy grindcore stuff, a lot of heavy stuff. We had Nate playing bass from Converge. He did a great job. And out of the three, Cavalera is the most brutal one. So of course, excited for that. Now we got to make the third one even more brutal than the first two. So that's a feast all in itself, because the first two are already pretty heavy. So make this one heavier was quite a challenge, but we did it.
Talking about your upcoming Soulfly album, have you guys decided on the name of the album yet?
Yeah, it's gonna be called Archangel, and it comes out August on Nuclear Blast, and it's pretty much done now. Music is all recorded. We have to finish some vocals and mix and artwork and all that. But it's really good. I'm excited. It's a interesting record. It's very kind of epic, mystic, epic kind of Soulfly record that we don't really do it every day. You know, it's one of those. It comes out once in a lifetime. An album like that comes out with really crazy sounds and very different dimensions.
Would you call that experimental?
Yeah, it's more experimental than the other stuff. It's still heavy as hell, you know, and it's still fast. And Zion's playing drums on it, and he's actually playing really good. He reminds me of like a young Dave Lombardo.
Cool.
The feels that he's doing, it's really amazing, and surprised everybody in the studio. And Matt Hyde is producing. And you know, he worked with Slayer before, and so it's really cool, really good team, and we are very excited for the album to come out in August.
Cool. Adding to that, the first song, "We Sold Our Souls to Metal." According to you, it's a kind of a metal anthem, and I'm wondering, is there a specific mindset that you take going into writing a song that you believe would be a fan favorite?
It just happens. It's not, you can't explain, you know, it's one of those things. It's funny because you play it and it has an instant reaction on the listener, and I was very curious about that. So I play around with the song, playing it for people, and see what kind of reaction they get. And everybody, their reaction was all like, "Oh, this is so crazy and cool," and I can't wait for you guys to play this live. It's got this kind of New York hardcore chant that we do in the chorus, like gang vocals. It's really fun, and everybody gets to sing together. That's how I was thinking about. That's gonna become an anthem. Is that the chorus? I think all the fans gonna sing it together. And it's saying something, you know, because we sold our souls to metal, you know. I think every metalhead feels like that, you know, that we did a kind of pact, and, you know, we sold our souls for this music that we love so much, you know. So it's something that I think you sing that with some kind of pride, you know. I think it's going to happen when that song comes out, at least. And then ends very Pink Floyd, which is really strange. I don't know why we did that.
That's cool, though.
I still don't know if it was the right thing, but it came out like that. Mark just did some really crazy guitars in the end of it. That is just like it goes from total metal and into like crazy Pink Floyd. But it works. I mean, it's really wild, and we like wild stuff. You know, I always was drawn to weird stuff. You know, and that's definitely weird, and in a good way.
Speaking of Mark, with each new album, guitarist Mark Rizzo is a big part. You both make a perfect combination on guitars. Do you agree that many fans are not aware of his guitar skills?
I think like magazines and stuff like that are not aware that he should be in more magazines because he's so good, you know. He's just very talented. But you know, in the other hand, it's kind of good because if he gets too big, he might leave us, you know. So stay small, stay underground with us, you know.
Right.
He's a good kid, man. And he's been with us from 2004, so it's been here 11 years. So longest member Soulfly ever had.
Right. Well, you've always been the kind of guy that lives and breathes music. So if you had not gotten into music, what would you have picked to be your creative outlet?
Well, I probably wouldn't picked it. Probably would pick me if I stayed in Brazil. With the people I was hanging out with, would be crime or drugs, which is not good, you know. So it's a really good thing that music came along and saved us, you know, because the options weren't very good, you know. I mean, you can make good money for a while selling drugs, but eventually
it catches
the odds
up to you.
catches up, your karma and all that stuff, you know, and you know, same with crime, you know. But I don't think I would be a good thief. I think I'm messy. I would have left the evidence behind. So I'm glad to have music. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, at this point, I'm curious about your writing process. Does it differ depending on which band or entity you're writing for?
No.
No, it's the same, basically.
Pretty much the same. It's riffs. I'm pretty much try to be like a riff machine, or you know. I consider riff an art form. I really believe that riffing is a really beautiful art form that is overlooked by majority of the musical world. You know, they don't pay much attention for it, but at the same time, I think a riff is essentially and very important. You know, a lot of great songs started with a great riff, and I like guys that make riffs. You know, Naomi and Hatfield. You know, solid. Dino, Fear Factory, solid riff guys, and that's what I base my whole structure on it. The only difference I do with 4 strings, you know, because I still play 4 strings. Apart from that, I just like to sit down with my guitar and write, you know. And you know, I write sometimes without knowing where the song is gonna go, so I just write it, and eventually later on I'll figure out which project I'm gonna give this thing to, you know. But most of the time, I'm writing for a specific record. So I'm writing knowing already, okay, this is going on Pandemonium, so let's write for this, you know. And I write kind of like unusual places in the house, in the kitchen and in the living room. Those are my 2 favorite writing spots. Okay. The kitchen is good because Gloria's cooking dinner most of the time, so it smells really good, and I got the dogs running around, and I got my speakers, and they are so used to the music, it doesn't bother the house, you know, they don't care. Kind of becomes part of the house. Yeah. All the riffs coming out of the speakers.
And the dogs running around.
Yeah.
So I know that Killer Be Killed was a collaboration project for you. So will you be continuing to make new music with them?
Yeah, eventually. Just our schedules are real stretched, especially mine with Cavalera and Soulfly. I'm probably going to be busy throughout the rest of the year, and probably not going to have time to do anything with Killer Be Killed this year. We're probably going to try to do some tours next year, and eventually after the tours, maybe get together and start writing some new stuff, which will come out at some point in the future. But we're definitely going to continue because it was fun. It was really well accepted. A lot of people really liked it. I think we can make a better second record than the first one, even. So why not?
Yeah, killer. So in the past, with all the different musical entities that you've been involved with, you've collaborated with an amazing amount of very talented musicians. Is there anyone left out there that you would like to collaborate with that you haven't yet?
Well, yeah, you know, there's always people on their wish list, you know. For me, there's more like legends, you know, Ozzy, of course, and Lemmy, and James Hetfield, you know, any of those 3 guys would be kick-ass to do a song with, you know, knowing the history of their bands, and I'm fans of all of them. Yeah, would have been. I would have tried my hardest to make a really good song for them to be part of it, you know. Mm-hmm. So let's keep our fingers crossed, see what happens, and you know, one of these days, you know, we might be talking about that.
Cool. How has the response been to your autobiography?
Oh, really good. A lot of people like. One guy said he read it 7 times.
7.
I don't know if it's necessary to read 7 times, but you know, he did it, enjoy it all 7 times. He told me. He said he found something different every time he read it. And say good, you know. Yeah, it's a lot of stories are in there, and a lot of things that people didn't know about me. So it was definitely a different project. But I'm glad it's out for a couple reasons. One is like the story is finally out, and I don't have to worry about that, you know, because I was all worried about, you know, you die and then you don't get to tell your story and something goes missing, you know.
Right.
And so now it's finally in a book, so I can die now. I don't want to, but you know, it's cool to have that out, and I think it came out really good. Really like the help of the people, Dave Grohl, Mike Patton, you know, that doesn't do a lot of interviews. He was interviewed for the book and did a great interview for the sessions of the book. So in that retrospect, I think it's a really cool book.
Excellent. You had a chat with another Metal Wani interviewer last year, I believe it was, and at that time she asked you about any possible plans on touring India. I'm wondering if there's any new developments on that front.
I hope so. There's been some talk. I think somebody from Death Angel actually was talking to Gloria about it. I don't know. I really hope we can go there. The thing with India is I promised my mother that if I ever go to India, I have to bring her. So, you know,
So
if that ever happened, I have to go buy her a ticket from Brazil to India.
Selectively holding off on that.
I will buy it, though. You know, it's worth it to have your mom there, you know, especially if she wanted that since I was a kid, you know. It's one of her dreams. So, yeah, let's hope that happens. You know, I like to check it out. I like to play everywhere anyway. I'm just love to tour and go to all different places, and nothing scares me. You know, I go to the Middle East right now. If they book a show in Iraq, I'll go play there right now. You know, doesn't matter.
Awesome.
But you know, hopefully something in India will show up. I'd love to play there.
Awesome. Do you have any message for any fans you might have there?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know your language yet. I'll learn it eventually. But hopefully to see everybody in India soon with Soulfly, Cavalera Conspiracy, or Killer Be Killed. Either one of those 3 will do it.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time. That's
Right
all
on.
I got. All the questions I got for you.
Thank you.